Merry Christmas, Raider Nation. This is your pre-game review for the Denver Broncos and your post-game review for the Cleveland Browns. Man, let's get this episode started. What's going on, Raider Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique. I'm Raider Gunn, and check it out, man. We won the game 16-14 by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Can't believe that the game was this close. It should not have been this close, but hey, this is what we get when we play down to our competition. Now, I would like to be able to go over the stats if we can. So I'm going to go over here to the Raiders. Derek Carr went 25 of 38 for 236 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He actually threw for under 300 yards, Nation, and we got the win. Rushing, this was a very big point here. It shows that the offensive line was actually doing their job. Josh Jacobs, 15 carries for 52 yards, average of 3.5. Peyton Barber, 5 carries, 34 yards, 6.8 average. Derek Carr showed that he could run, even though he should have been able to get into the end zone on that one run that the passing lanes were all broke up on. 3 carries for 7 yards, average of 2.3. Mariota, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Dallin Levitt on a fake punt to keep the drive alive, 1 carry for 2 yards. Receiving, we didn't have a single wide receiver go over 100 yards today or during this game. Zay Jones was our top receiver with 6 receptions, 67 yards on 9 targets. Foster Moreau, 7 receptions, 65 yards on 9 targets. Josh Jacobs, we actually got him involved in more of the passing game where he was wide open and actually able to move the ball down the field with his feet. 3 receptions, 42 yards on 4 targets. Hunter Renfrow, really surprising that he didn't break over 100, but he has had quite a few games over 100 already in a row. He was due for a down game. 3 receptions, 32 yards on 5 targets. Peyton Barber 1 for 12. Deshaun Jackson, absolutely non-existent, 1 for 11. He on 3 targets. He's got to be pretty angry, man. He is not getting the ball like he should. Bryan Edwards, who had a beautiful, and what I'm saying, beautiful outside shoulder fade, came down inbounds, both feet down with his hands grasped on the ball with the only touchdown scored of the day for the Raiders. And then everything gets topped off with Daniel Helm, 1 reception for -1 yards. Fumbles. Now this is always an issue when it comes to Derek Carr. He had 2 fumbles, 1 of those were lost. Hunter Renfrow had 2 fumbles, and Bryan Edwards also had 1 fumble. Derek Carr's got to learn to tighten up and learn some ball protection. This guy is the most fumbling quarterback in the league through his 8-year tenure in the league. Interceptions, we didn't get one, even though we were going against a third-string quarterback. Corey Littleton, 1 pass deflection. Dallin Levitt, 1 pass deflection, and Brandon Facion had 3 pass deflections. Now let's go down here to defense, because this is where the glaring issue shows on why we won this game. Jonathan Abram, 6 tackles, 3 assists. 2 of those tackles were for a loss. Blew those plays up in the backfield beautifully. KJ Wright, 4 tackles, 4 assists. Brandon Facion, 4 tackles. Max Crosby, 4 tackles. Markel Lee, I haven't said that name in quite a while. 3 tackles, 2 assists. Keyshawn Nixon made an appearance after being hurt most of the damn season. 3 tackles, 1 assist. Trayvon Morig, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Casey Hayward, 2 tackles. Divine Diablo, who was all over the damn field all day long, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Jonathan Hankins, 1 tackle, 3 assists. Quentin Jefferson, 1 tackle, 1 assist. 1 of those was for a loss. Solomon Thomas, 1 tackle. Cleveland Farrell, 1 tackle, 1 assist. Corey Littleton, 1 assist. And Sutton Smith with goose eggs. Now, I did miss a little bit of the special teams here, but Daniel Carlson kicked 3 of 3 field goals, 48 being the long, which happened to be the game winner. 1 for 1 on extra points. A.J. Cole, 4 punts. His long was 49. Inside the 20, he had 1, averaging 44.3 yards a punt. Jalen Richard on kickoff returns, 2 returns, 18.5 average, 23 was his long. And then punt returns is Hunter Renfrow, 4 returns, 29 was his long, at a 7.8 average. Now I'm going to go over here, and we're going to look at the Browns right quick. We had Nick Mullins go 20 of 30 for 147 yards and 1 touchdown. Now I'm going to tell you this. It's something about second string and third string quarterbacks that we just don't get. And it shows right here that he did not throw a single interception. Now another glaring issue right here showing on why this game was won by the Raiders was Nick Chubb only had 23 carries for 91 yards, 1 touchdown. And then their other rusher, which was D'Ernest Johnson, 1 carry for -2. So we held them under 100 yards rushing. They didn't have a single wide receiver break 50 yards. Donovan Peoples-Jones had 4 receptions for 48 yards on 8 targets. David Njoku, 3 receptions for 29 yards. And, I mean, literally it goes down from there. They had 2 forced fumbles on us. And then, of course, Greedy Williams was the one who came down with the interception. Their leading tackler was M.J. Stewart with 8 tackles and 3 assists. Myles Garrett did have a tackle for a loss. But in all, the ones who got the sacks, let's see, how many sacks did they get? Oh, yeah. Joe Jackson and Tommy Togiol both combined for 1 sack, along with Jeremiah Owosu. And I'm going to butcher that name, but Koronaba had also a half a sack along with Sheldon Day. So that was the 2 sacks that happened on Derek Carr. So really, we don't have anything to really complain about. I mean, I'm sick and tired of third string quarterbacks coming in here and using the hell out of us. But it's not like he did an excellent job. He tore us up when he was with the 49ers. And I'll tell you this, man, it doesn't really bother me at all that we didn't have any problems with him this time. Now, I'm hoping that thing didn't freeze, because it froze up on my end over here. But I'm hoping that didn't freeze and lock up to where it damages this video any. Going to my player of the game, absolutely it's going to be Jonathan Abram. Because Jonathan Abram, we put him in the box. We finally put him where he needed to be. And he absolutely wrecked shop all up until the point to when he dislocated his shoulder. Jonathan Abram is an absolute beast, and he's going to be sorely missed on this defense because of that hard-hitting, hard-nosed Raider-style football that he plays. Just like I was saying, he's out for the season. All right? Trayvon Mullen is also out for the season. but this one hurts really bad. We haven't really done anything without Abram being back there, even though a lot of y'all want to complain about how he's terrible in coverage. You already know what I'm going to say. That's not what we brought him in here for. We brought him in here to beat Eddie Anderson, to lay the wood. And now that we're moving him up in the box, then he gets hurt. It's a damn shame because we are going to need him. But let's discuss who we should possibly change him along with the others with. But the defense themselves, all of these cats plus the others on that defense must have heard the letter, because they definitely showed up and dominated on Monday against that very depleted Browns team. And I just want to give, the only reason why we won this game is because of this defense and our kicker and our quarterback bucking up and fixing his mistake on the final drive of the game to get us in field goal range, putting himself at, I believe it's 28 come from behind points scored toward the end of the game and 23 game-winning drives. So that is a very good stat for Derek Carr, but if he wouldn't have got that if this defense didn't step up the way they did. Because this defense right here is the only reason why Derek Carr was able to go out there after he threw that ugly interception. He just led homeboy. He led Zay Jones too far. And Zay tripped and fell, and it just landed right in Greedy Williams' hands. Literally. And, you know, without this defense, he would have never got that one back. He would have never got that one back. And he even called, please let me get it back. I promise I'll win the game for us. I will not do that again. And he damn sure did. So kudos to you, Derek Carr. But if it wasn't for this defense bailing your ass out, we would be talking about another L. So now we move on to the Broncos. Okay. The Broncos are out Teddy Bridgewater. I did not put up any of the injury report, because I want to talk more about what we're going to do with having so many key players out on this defense who happened to win the game for us last week. Perryman is out. Mullen is out. Waller is out again, and so is Abram. Who do we bring in to replace these guys? We already know KJ Wright's going to be playing. And when it comes to linebackers, we are pretty depleted. So we've got KJ Wright and Corey Littleton. And we're missing a third linebacker. We're also, Trayvon Mullen is out. Now, I do believe Nate Hobbs is back, and Brandon Facyon's been doing a pretty good job. And we still have Desmond Trufant. When it comes to Abram, who do we put back there? Are we going to put Roderick Teamer back there, who is finally back? Or are we going to put Dallin Levitt, who's actually done fairly well back there this year? He hasn't been an absolute suspect when he's played. He's definitely not bad in coverage, and he's got very high football IQ. It's just putting all the pieces together. Now, what I'm wondering is, are we going to choose one of these guys to go in and play for Jonathan Abram? You know, when it comes to Mullen, are we going to start Brandon Facyon or Desmond Trufant? I would like to see these guys split time when it comes to that outside corner position, if anything. And, yeah, absolutely, after the way we saw Diablo play, he needs to be the one to come in for Perryman. That's my personal favorite. I think that would be a very good idea to go ahead and move Diablo down into the box, especially since we're going to be out Perryman this week. We need somebody who's fast, agile, and can hit hard, just like Perryman. So Diablo is my obvious pick for the replacement for Perryman. Okay? Or we can just completely flip it up when it comes to corner. Nate Hobbs is supposed to be back this week. We could start Nate Hobbs out there in place of Trayvon Mullen and rotate him out with Desmond Trufant or even Brandon Facyson. But I like Trufant. I've been gunning for this guy ever since he made the team, and I do think that the guy still can play. So we could obviously put Nate Hobbs in the slot, have Trufant or Facyson start, or we could move Nate Hobbs to the outside to start and put Trufant or Facyson on the inside. Now here's another idea too, man. Okay? We've still got Gillespie. We've got Tyree Gillespie, who is sitting back there just waiting to get some playing time. And with them having Drew Lock, this probably wouldn't be a bad idea to let him share some of the snaps with Roderick Teamer to cover up what Abram, without Abram being out there, what we're going to miss there. You know, we could do that. I think that would be a damn good idea, and have Dallin Levitt also rotate in, but just not play him as much and give our rookie, who we haven't seen in quite a while, some burn. You know what I mean? It would be actually a good idea. I think it would be nice to see what we have in him. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us do. That's what a lot of us want to see, is how well these rookies are going to perform in primetime games. You know? We already know who's taking over the tight end position. Waller is not going to be back again this week. And I did read an article on ESPN that Waller's probably not coming back for the rest of the season. So Foster Moreau and Daniel Helm are going to be the ones taking over the tight end spot for Darren Waller. And I just, you know, it's starting to look more and more and sound more and more like Darren Waller cannot coexist with Derek Carr. And that's real talk. It's starting to become more and more abrupt, because I've always been the kind of guy who's like, look, if there's no smoke, there's no fire. But if there is smoke, man, it might be something that we want to check on. And, you know, ever since that it was reported that Waller and Carr weren't getting along, Waller got hurt that one game after they talked, on the sideline, and I think they did that just to shut us up. But he hasn't been back since. So I'm really, especially with the new agent he's got, he's probably doing this for a money grab. The injury that he has, okay, from many experts out there said it's a lot of massaging, it's a lot of just working it out. He should not have been injured for 3 weeks, and this is going to be his 3rd week injured. So you guys do the math. 2 + 2 = 4. And if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's not a building. You know what I mean? It seems to me that Darren Waller doesn't want to be here anymore. And that's real. That is real talk, man. Hop back over here into the shield. And I want to thank everybody for coming by the channel. I want to thank all the new subscribers that have come in to check out the content. This is the actual show. You'll see some live footage from me on live reactions. If you haven't checked out, the last video that I put out, I also do a Tecmo Super Bowl pregame prediction. And it's with all updated rosters going through the weeks, going into the playoffs. I'm actually doing really well right now with these Raiders. And I haven't even put Mariota in yet, even though I have really thought about doing so on so many different occasions. But, I hope you guys are enjoying all the content. I hope you guys are enjoying the lives that I have been a part of. I've been a part of Dirty Raiders Live. I've also jumped on Spotlights. I've jumped on Graphic Raiders as well. It's been quite an experience. I'm more of a record a video kind of guy, to where I can actually get my thoughts together and speak fluently and clearly. When it comes to live, though, man, that's just absolute fun, and I enjoy it. I dig it. It's nice to have people to talk to about football instead of me just talking straight to a camera all the time, But, I mean, you guys are what make this worthwhile. Your continued support and your dire need of Raider content keeps me going. It gives me the opportunity to be myself and not have to worry about anything else except for football when I come in here and I do this show. And I know that I'm providing content for every single one of you, and I'm trying to make it as good as possible to where you guys keep coming back. Because I want as many of you to be subscribed to this channel and just hear me talk, man. It's hear me talk and give me some constructive criticism. Ask questions in the chat. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram. By the way, my Instagram is The Raider Critique. So you can find me on there. You can find me on Facebook. And most of y'all know exactly what my real name is. I'm not going to put that out here right now, but most of y'all know what my real name is. And you'll probably find me in some of the chat groups that you guys are in on Facebook. I don't really much care for Facebook, though, I'll be honest with you. You want to hit me up, man, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram, or hit me up in the comments section down here on YouTube, or even on the lives, man, when I'm jumping on somebody's live, like Raider Hammer, or, Sultan Raider, or Raider Ben. Don't be trying to talk to me on Raider Ben's show, because you know what we're doing over there. It's kind of hard to get a word in edgewise, that's for sure. And then you can always find me in the chat room at Raiders Fan Radio on Wednesdays, normally when I'm not doing too much. But I do appreciate all of y'all's feedback, and I definitely want to hear from every single solitary one of you. I hope you guys enjoyed what I have been putting out all throughout this season, and it's been a hell of a blast, man. But we know right off the bat, if we're going to get right back over here into football, we've got to win out. We have hope now. We are a team that is actually, because every other team out there is playing like crap, we have a chance to get into the playoffs. So we need to go 10-7. We need to go 10-7. We need to beat the Broncos. We're going to have a tough one with the Colts. And then we need to beat the Chargers to round it all out and solidify ourselves at least a wild card spot in those playoffs. Now, I don't know what team we're going to see, but I know that if Derek Carr wants everybody to shut up about him and be happy with him, he's going to have to take us to the promised land. And from the look of it, the offense didn't show up last week except for when they needed to. And I will be honest, I hate wins like that, but I'm not going to complain about a win like that. I'm not going to complain about a win, period. A win is a win, but it should have been a blowout. Really should have been. But hey, I don't give a shit, man. Just win, baby. That's what it's all about. It's not about the finesse. It's not about how you do it. It can be ugly all you want, but as long as that W is marked in that column, you're not going to hear any complaints out of me. But for real, we've got all the offensive weapons we possibly need. We need to get Deshaun Jackson involved more. Use all the weapons to our advantage. And without Waller, we need to be going more to Deshaun Jackson and not so much to Zay Jones, even though Zay Jones had a good week last week. Bryan Edwards needs to be thrown to more. And if our offensive line keeps it up, we're going to actually have a run game. We broke over 100 yards. With everybody running, I think it was like 97 or some shit. So, yeah, we can use that. We can use that. That's what we need. So, here it is, man. Donkey Week in Las Vegas. I hope everybody's going to have a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas. definitely spend as much time with your families as possible, man, and enjoy this winter season. Out here in Texas, it's going to be 85 on Christmas. We're going to be breaking records for the hottest day ever set on record for this time of year, and it's going to be happening on the 25th. So I might even be poolside and not have to clean the damn pool. I might actually be swimming. Anyway, like I've always said, man, and yeah, I'm going to break this out. I haven't broke this out in a while. If you guys want to get one of these, you need to hit me up, dude. We got a dude who actually makes these. This is the second generation. I think it's the 6th or the 7th generation that we're on right now. Man, it looks badass back here. It's got Allegiant Stadium on it. And I'm going to show y'all when I get one, because I'm going to get another one myself. But for real, it's Raider Nation for life, man. Let's go get this win. Let's go ahead and take this season and solidify ourselves a wild card spot into the playoffs.